Black Ops 6 is about to have its first event, and it is looking wild. If you boot up Black Ops 6 right now, you can see that the event is here, but it's not really showing that much information about the event. Well, the good news is that we actually know exactly what this event is going to be about, because the event's details did sort of get leaked. So in this video, we're going to be going over all the news about this hit list event in Black Ops 6, and I also have some other really interesting stuff to share with you guys, including a crazy Warzone camo glitch, some pretty rough news about ranked play for Black Ops 6, as well as some crazy details about the new Zombies map Citadelle Day Merc music. So yeah, if you guys do enjoy this video and you want to see some more Black Ops 6 stuff like this, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. Now, the event details for the hit list event in Black Ops 6, this information is coming from Reality UK, who got quote tweeted by Charlie Intel, which is how I saw it. Charlie Intel had tweeted, the hit list event starts later this week in Black Ops 6 and Warzone with new weapons as rewards. And if you load up Black Ops 6 right now, if you go and scroll over to the events tab, it just says the event starts in 3 days. By the time this video goes up, it might say that it starts in 2 days or so. And that's not really giving us specifics as to the exact day and time as to when this event is starting. However, I did pinpoint exactly when it's going to start, because if you pull up your menu over here, it says the hit list starts in 3 days and 16 hours. At least that's from the time of recording this video. And if I did my mathematicals correctly on this, I believe the event is going to be starting this Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. But at least at the time of recording this video, we don't have any official information about the event, but it did get leaked, so we can talk about it. However, I'm not going to show the video for obvious reasons, but in the background, I'll have some Black Ops 6 gameplay going on while we talk about the hit list event. Now, what's really interesting about the hit list event for Black Ops 6 is that it's really not quite like anything we've had in recent years. It's not like the Modern Warfare 2 and especially Modern Warfare 3 events, where you either have to do specific challenges with different weapons in game, or if you have to grind certain amounts of XP in order to get the rewards. That's not how this event in particular is going to go down. They might do some stuff like that later on, but for now, this is how this event is going to work. There's essentially going to be two parts to this event. There's going to be personal goals that you have to complete, and then there's going to be a community challenge, a community goal that all of us collectively have to try to complete. So the way that this event's going to work is that you can play either Black Ops 6 or Warzone, and depending on what mode you play will determine how much progress you make in the event. For example, if you're playing multiplayer, every time you get an elimination, it counts as 1 point. Every time you eliminate 5 zombies when you're playing zombies, you get 1 point. And every time you get an elimination in Warzone, you get 5 points. And obviously, after we go over all of the event details, we can talk about tips and tricks and how to do all of this as fast as possible. But for now, let's talk about all the rewards that you can get by playing this event. I think it's also worth mentioning that it says here that the event is going to end in 17 days. Now, granted, this was leaked, so I think the event is probably going to last roughly 2 weeks or so. For getting 100 eliminations, you're going to unlock a loading screen called Big Plans. At 250 eliminations, you're going to earn a calling card. At 500 eliminations, you'll earn an emblem. At 750 eliminations, you'll earn a weapon charm. And then finally, at 1,000 eliminations, you're going to unlock the power drill melee weapon. And we did get a little bit of a teaser for the power drill in the season 1 roadmap, as well as in the event details when they first shared this. So we did know that it was going to be in here. We just didn't know how you would actually unlock it. Now we do. You have to get 1,000 eliminations. So yeah, those are the 5 items that you will have to personally unlock, and you're going to have to complete those challenges in order to get them. Everything else that I'm going to mention right now is completed through the community challenges. So you don't necessarily have to participate. You don't have to do anything, but the community challenge is pretty insane, and you're going to want to try to help, because man, I don't think we've seen anything like this in a Call of Duty game before. Like, we've had community challenges in the past, but not anything quite like this. It's pretty insane. I hope you guys are ready for this, because for the community rewards, there's going to be a number of different things that you can earn, but it's going to require an insane amount of eliminations as a whole community in order to get this stuff unlocked. The first community reward is going to be an attachment called the buffer weight stock. This was mentioned in the patch notes, and this is going to be unlocked, get this, at 5 billion eliminations. What? What the f? Now again, I'm not going to show these images on screen, but it says 5B here, and I'm sure they mean billion, because we're obviously going to be, you know, playing Black Ops 6, grinding a lot, doing a lot of challenges and getting stuff done. If this was like just getting 1 million eliminations as a community, we would get this done in like an hour. So I'm pretty sure that's why the number is so high. That's just the first reward though. It's a buffer weight stock attachment at 5 billion. At 10 billion eliminations, we're going to get access to the Shadow perk. This is the Green Strategist perk that will prevent you from setting off mines and stuff like that. It kind of sounds like a useless perk, but maybe some people are going to like running this. I feel like it should be able to do more than that, potentially counter recon and high alert, but anyway. But next up, at 15 billion kills, we're going to unlock the hand cannon score streak in multiplayer. Now, you guys might have noticed that you can actually get the hand cannon from care packages. So if you run a care package right now, you could try to get early access to the hand cannon. I actually have gotten it. I think I might have only gotten like 1 kill though. It was really sad and pathetic, but I really can't wait to unlock the hand cannon and be able to equip it and fully use it, because trying to get it from a care package can get pretty annoying and it doesn't really guarantee that you'll get it. But it was a super fun score streak in Cold War, and I'm really glad that it's gonna be back in Black Ops 6. But next up, at 20 billion kills, we're going to unlock a perk for Warzone called Veteran.
From the US, Merc.
I'm here in the Warzone menu right now, and I'm pretty sure we can at least see the perk and, you know, see what it's gonna do. It's locked off right here, and it says unlocked in the hit list event. It reduces the negative effects of some enemy equipment. While aiming down sights, it reduces flinching and extends hold breath duration. It gives you immunity to Grenadier, immunity to snapshots, and it makes you resist flash, gas, movement, and shock negative effects. Honestly, pretty solid perk. But again, it's not gonna get unlocked until we get 20 billion eliminations as a community. But ladies and gentlemen, the final reward of the event is gonna require 25 billion eliminations, and it is the SIRIN 9mm special weapon. It's gonna be the first special weapon in Black Ops 6. We already kind of have some information about it. I think it's basically gonna be the nail gun coming back into the game. I'm here on the Black Ops 6 Season 1 blog post, and this is where they first shared this information. We have the SIRIN 9mm. It's a secondary weapon. You can level this thing up 30 times. It has 3 mags, a mag size of 32, which is pretty crazy if this thing is a nail gun. You can get mastery badges for it as well. It has optic, muzzle, barrel, underbarrel, and magazine attachments, so not a ton of attachments. And you can also customize it with camos, accessories, decals, and stickers. It actually says it's a fully automatic specialty weapon, offers SMG characteristics as a secondary weapon, slow rate of fire. So honestly, I think this is gonna be the nail gun. So yeah, man, this is the big reward. We have to get 25 billion eliminations as a community. So what is the best way to actually get this done? Like I previously mentioned, you're gonna get 1 point per elimination in multiplayer. You're gonna get 1 point for every 5 eliminations in zombies, and then you're gonna get 5 points for just 1 single elimination in Warzone. So overall, I kind of do feel like the fastest place that the community can get this challenge done in would possibly be Warzone, because you get 5 points for 1 elimination. If you drop a 20 bomb in Plunder or Resurgence, you're gonna get 100 points for your own personal progress as well as the community, which is pretty huge. And if you do better than that, you're gonna be getting a ton of points. Granted, those matches do take a little bit longer, and again, if you're not the biggest fan of Warzone, it might not be the way to go for you. Honestly, Zombies isn't sounding too bad either, because Zombies is just gonna be relatively easy. It's pretty chill. You just knock out 5 zombies, you get a whole point. Honestly, sounds pretty good. But what about multiplayer? How can we possibly speed that process up? Because trust me, dude, I'm mostly a multiplayer guy when it comes to Call of Duty. I love playing zombies, and I can tolerate Warzone for the challenge if I need to. But when it comes to multiplayer, there are some strategies that you can implement to speed up your own personal progress and also help out the community challenge as well. The first tip I have is that you'd want to stick to respawn game modes. If you're playing Search and Destroy, you're just not going to get nearly as many eliminations, and it's going to take a little bit longer in between rounds. So it's kind of a no-brainer that you would stick to respawn game modes. But there is a way to get more eliminations, and it's going to be kind of an annoying one. I had to switch from Warzone to multiplayer, but if you just go to any of your loadouts, any of your classes, there's a couple of things that you can run that would make this a little bit easier, because in Black Ops 6, you don't have to get a kill for it to count as an elimination. You just need to get an assist. So here's a ton of ways that you can get a lot of extra assists, which will ultimately translate into more eliminations for this event. Even though you can't use this to cheese XP anymore, you could throw decoys everywhere, and if it's counting as an assist, it might actually earn you an elimination. If that doesn't work, you can always try concussions, flashbangs. You can also get smoke assists. You can get shock charge assists. Obviously, you don't want to be spamming too much, because it will get really annoying, and you're going to eventually get players who are doing the same thing back. Obviously, a kill will count towards the eliminations, but if you get an assist, if you just hit someone with this and then a teammate kills someone, you're also going to get the elimination. I don't know if running field upgrades will necessarily count as eliminations. You do get assists if you put down like a scrambler on a really small map, but I don't think that's going to count towards eliminations. But I think it does work differently for lethals and tacticals. If you just hit someone and then you get an assist for it, it might actually count as an elimination. You can also try running a class like this, which will make it easier to earn score streaks, which can also help you get more eliminations. If you run Dispatcher, it makes it easier to earn your non-lethal score streaks, but you can also stack this with some lethal kill streaks in your setup as well. When you have the strategist bonus, you get bonus score for playing the objective. So if you're playing objective game modes, you can run this, and it's going to make it easier to earn your score streaks. And if you have perk greed, you can run bankroll, which is going to start each life with 150 extra score towards your score streaks. This whole setup is just super cheese. It makes it really easy to get streaks. But overall, for multiplayer, if you want to try to maximize this or just make it easier on yourself, just play whatever you enjoy playing and whatever you can get a lot of eliminations in. It doesn't really matter exactly what it is. Just play what you like and have fun with it. And same thing goes with zombies in Warzone. You know, if you're playing zombies, if you really enjoy playing directed mode because it's really casual and you can still get some progress done, go ahead and do that. I'm not really too sure about Warzone. I mean, I guess you could stick to Plunder because Plunder's a little bit more casual, but since people are going to be camo grinding in there, I don't know exactly how casual it could end up being, but I guess you could kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You could play Plunder and work on your Warzone camo progression while also getting some really good progress on the event too. Next up, let's talk about this crazy Warzone camo glitch where you can put camos from Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 on your Black Ops 6 guns. Hey guys, this is Eric from the future here, and Black Ops 6 actually had a pretty big patch today, and unfortunately one of the things that they fixed was the ability to put Warzone camos on your guns for Black Ops 6 Zombies and multiplayer. However, even though it says in this update that they Play addressed an unintentional bug where Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 camos could be applied to Black Ops 6 weapons, and that camos from previous titles were not designed for Black Ops 6 weapons, and attachments are not supported due to visual inconsistencies. Even though I just hit 9th Prestige and I don't really have my classes set up, I did go back and check to see my LR build, which did have the glitched camo, and it's still on my gun, so I'm not sure if they're able to remove this, but if you did the glitch before, there is a chance that those Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 camos might still be on your build. This is the only gun that I did the glitch for, and honestly, I think the camo looks really good, and if Treyarch could find a way to allow us to put those camos on the Black Ops 6 weapons, I wouldn't be mad. I think it'd be dope. Just saying. And as far as it goes for anything else in the Tuesday patch notes, there's not anything too huge, except for this one. The Legacy XP tokens are back, and if I pull up my XP token menu right here, yes, as you can see, all of my Legacy tokens for Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 are here, and they're usable in multiplayer and zombies. Absolute massive W from Treyarch, and as you can tell, again, I just prestiged. I'm at Prestige 9 at the time of recording this. So yeah, man, I'm ready to blow through 9th Prestige, and I'm ready to get to 10th Prestige. But back to the video. Next up, we need to talk about some not so great news for ranked play for Black Ops 6. It is going to be going live this Thursday. However, in-game assets found have revealed that crossplay will be required to stay on in order to play ranked play on all platforms. Now, I saw some people replying to this saying, oh, you're not going to have crossplay enabled if you play on Xbox. I don't know if they think that that's the case because of, you know, Xbox Game Pass and Microsoft and Xbox owning Call of Duty, but apparently this is going to be required for all platforms, and we will not fully know until ranked play is available on Thursday. And as you can see here from the screenshot, it says crossplay is always enabled in ranked play, cannot be changed in-game lobbies or during gameplay, which is absolutely wild, man. And if you're not really, you know, aware of this or like why it's a big deal, the main reason why this matters so much is because for the last couple of years in ranked play, and I think basically ever since ranked play has been a thing, the most amount of people who cheat in ranked play are PC players, whether it's top 250 or if it's iridescent, you know, in general. When you get higher and higher up the skill ladder in ranked play, most of the people who are cheating, they tend to be on PC. And there have been numerous cases of people going out and buying consoles and they just quit playing PC ranked play. They play console ranked play instead, and they turn off crossplay to reduce the possibility of playing against cheaters. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to run into other people cheating. There are obviously ways that people can cheat on console too, but it's just not as common and it's not as extreme as the types of cheats that you can get on PC. That's just facts. So the fact that Black Ops 6 ranked play is going to force crossplay on all the time is kind of wild, and I'm really curious to see how the community is going to react to this and whether or not you can turn it off depending on what platform you're on. Because obviously if Xbox can turn off crossplay but PlayStation can't and PC can't, then that's gonna definitely stir up some controversy for sure. From my perspective, I'm enjoying the game's multiplayer just on its own. I don't think I necessarily have to go play ranked play to enjoy the multiplayer in Black Ops 6. We also have zombies, and I'm gonna be doing the Warzone camo grinds most likely against my will. I wanna do it for you guys because I know it's also gonna make for some great content. So this whole like crossplay being forced on for ranked play, it might not personally affect me, but I can clearly see that this is not going to be a really good change, and I'm curious to see if they might even reverse this decision before ranked play comes out, because I'm sure a lot of people are not happy with this change. But I think you guys will be happy with the last little bit of information I want to talk about in this video, which is some information about the new Zombies map, Citadelle de Music. So before Season 1 came out for Black Ops 6, I was doing some exploring in the Out of Bounds section of Stakeout, which basically allows you to get access to the Avalon Warzone map. And as I was exploring, I noticed that this specific area looked very similar to the screenshot, the first teaser for the Citadelle de Music map, the new Zombies map. And still at the time of recording this video, we don't have any other screenshots. There's no other videos of this new Zombies map. So at the moment, this is our only point of reference. Now, obviously, the lighting is going to vary depending on what multiplayer map you're playing as well. You can go out of the map in Skyline and it's going to have a nice sunset. If you're playing on Stakeout, it's going to be, you know, a pretty nice sunny day. And I think it goes without saying that if Citadelle really is out here in the Avalon Warzone map, it's going to have its own vibe, it's going to have its own aura, and it's going to have different lighting, I'm sure. Obviously, it's not identical, and as you can see, there's no visible buildings. So I think if it is out here, Treyarch has potentially turned this off, or they've hidden it, or they've made the textures invisible. And the reason I'm saying this is because the first time I ever explored out of the map, if you flew over the water way in the distance, there were a couple of like 2D buildings that looked super low resolution, and we had no idea what those buildings were. Well, now we do know what those buildings turned out to be. It just so happens that those really low res 2D buildings turned out to be the brand new Season 1 map, Hideout. That's right, guys. Hideout is technically a part of Avalon, but here's what makes this even more interesting. There's a pretty good chance that even though Hideout is a part of the Avalon Warzone map, it's not going to be in the playable space, which means that Treyarch and Raven are able to take a multiplayer map location and possibly even a zombies map location, and they can stick it in the Warzone map, but at the same time, it does not have to be a playable area. And as you can see here, when we explore outside the map in hideouts, all of the other textures, the maps, all these different POIs, all of this stuff is just 2D. It's at the lowest possible resolution, the lowest quality we've ever seen. And what makes this even more suspicious is that the area that I was just showing you guys in those stakeout clips out of the map, that part of the map cannot be explored if we're going out of bounds in hideout. And I don't know about you guys, but it kind of seems like they are hiding the zombies map intentionally because they don't want anything to get leaked. They don't want us to know anything about this map before it comes out. And if I want to talk about this further, I am going to have to spoil a little bit of the Terminus Easter egg for you guys. So if you haven't seen that or if you haven't played it, you can just skip ahead to this timestamp. But when I completed the Terminus Easter egg with my friends, the game had just straight up said that Richtofen is in Avalon. And we already know that Citadelle is going to be the next zombies map. So it would be really strange if this map did not take place in Avalon, and it has to be here somewhere. And since I find all of this stuff really fascinating, as we get closer and closer to the release date of the new zombies map Citadelle, I will keep checking back into private match to see if anything updates or if anything changes, because I cannot wait to share that information with you guys. I could be totally wrong about this, and the zombies map could just be its own thing in a different location, especially because if we look at some of the other new maps that were added, like Extraction and Heirloom, I think that Extraction is a prime example of a map that really kind of baits you in because it says greetings from Avalon, but if you explore the out of bounds areas of Extraction, you'll see that it doesn't really connect to the main Avalon Warzone map at all, which is really strange. And there's all of these like 2D mountain textures out in the distance that just kind of feel excessive. Like, it doesn't really feel necessary to have all that stuff out there, but it is part of the map. However, it doesn't appear to be part of the main Avalon map. No matter how far you fly, you're not going to find Stakeout, you're not going to find Skyline, or any of those other maps. So this one doesn't directly connect to the main Avalon map, even though it might be associated with it. And just for the sake of being thorough, I also did some exploring out of the map on the new face-off map Heirloom. And even though I knew this map probably wasn't going to connect to the main Avalon map, I just wanted to be sure, and I wanted to be thorough for you guys. And as you can see, it's just a bunch of 2D nonsense out here. It definitely does not connect to the main Warzone map, and this map, Heirloom, is just a map on its own. And what makes this even more strange is that we don't have theater mode for zombies. So once Citadelle comes out, we will not be able to like fly out of bounds. We can't use theater mode to see the outskirts of that map, but I'd be really curious to see if anyone can find like an out of the map glitch, or if there's gonna be a way to get out, so that way we can see if it ties into the full Warzone map, because I just find all this stuff super fascinating. But with that being said, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me cover the Black Ops 6 hit list event information, as well as some other Black Ops 6 news. If you guys did enjoy this video and you want to see some more stuff like this, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys later.
Come. Train going.